So this is a statement right there. X equals 10. We got to find a value that I can replace X with to make it the equal sign. It's to make the equal sign a true statement. Bam.
Can an X be?
So this one, no. If I were to take that X and replace it with 10. Okay, so that's what I've done right there in red. Then it would show 10 equals 10. So I can have a question mark over my equal sign. Well, last time I checked, 10 does equal 10. That's a true statement. But 10 is the only value I can replace with X to make it true. Now, if you want to be smart and be like, well, what about 5 plus 5? Okay. We wanted to simplify it, so it's just 10. So, again, what is the solution of the following equation? Let's ask this question in a better way, in my opinion, anyways. So again, what value of X will make the equal sign true? So that's it. If you replace the X with 10, so I should write this in here, X plus 2 equals 10. If I were to take the X and replace it with 8, now, if I put a question mark over my equal sign, I can declare it true because I know that 8 plus 2 is 10. Now, here's the way that we usually write this, and this is why I did not do it on the last slide. But we usually would show the solution that X equals 8 as X is 8. So in other words, if I take the X from the original equation and replace it with 8, I get a true statement just like I did here. On the assignment, what they'll do is they'll say X equals, and then they'll put a box here. You just type in the 8 and it's good. I kind of like to just show it as, well, X equals 8. When I'm doing it by hand, just kind of box in the whole thing.
So when you write it out, like the answer.
Okay, here's a new one. Now you notice I'm trying to keep these equal to 10 because 10 is a fairly manageable number. So if I said this would read something, or X minus 3 equals 10. Again, the question becomes, what value of X what value can I replace X with in order to make this a true statement? Once you realize that X is not 7, then you're like, okay, then it has to be 13. Because if you were to take that X, and if you were to replace it with 13, then it would show 13 minus 3 does equal 10. I guess I should ask that like a question. 13 minus 3 equals 10. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so again, we would write the solution as X equals 13. We did it. Now, I'm not showing a specific mathematical strategy to solve for that X. And that's kind of on purpose, just so we can understand what we're actually trying to do here. We're trying to find a value of X. We're trying to find a value to replace X with in order to make it a true statement. And when I say it, I'm talking about the equal sign. Because if I were to replace X with anything but 13, like negative 8, this would be false. If I replaced it with negative 7, I'd get negative 10, which looks close, but it's false for this equation right here. Addition, subtraction, now multiplication. 2 times something equals 10. We need to know what that something is. What is the solution to the following equation? So again, the question is, what value of X what value can I replace X with in order to make this a true statement? So if I replace that X with 5, I'm putting in parentheses so I don't have to show the multiplication symbol. And now that I think about that, the multiplication symbol would have been less work. But if I have 2 times 5, question mark over my equal sign, because I don't know if that's true, it is true. So these solutions, I just can't emphasize this enough. They're almost literally sitting on a razor's edge, because the moment you drift anywhere from 5 in either direction, it is now a false statement. So you have, again, if you're going to guess, you almost have an infinite probability of getting this wrong, and pretty much a 0% chance of getting it right, if you're going to guess. But again, if you think about it, yeah, it is. Since it's a multiplication fact, yeah, we should know that 2 times 5 would equal 10. And that means that sometimes we can do this without any type of extra math strategy. A little bit different, I guess, but we got to find a value of x that would make this true. So what value of x will make this a true statement? Well, if you did replace this x with 40, now this is what our equation looks like, right? Question mark, because we replaced the value. Well, is this actually true? 40 divided by 4, well, last time I checked, it's 10. 10 does equal 10. That's a true statement for me. So now we know if you replace the x with 40, you get a true statement. That's all we want.